Sales Geek at Sales Quality. It's late. It's Friday evening, 7:45 p.m. U.S. Pacific here. Just wrapping up the week. Had some dinner. My son's doing some reading. My wife's got wrapping up a little bit of work, so I had a few minutes to record the 3-2-1 weekend. So three things I'm excited about, two people you should follow, and one quick sales tip that you can implement right away. So three things I'm excited about. Number one, I'm excited that tomorrow is my last recovery day. So last weekend on Saturday, I ran a 50K ultra out in Auburn, California, and so I was able to take a light week, shorter runs throughout the week, not as much heavy training, no heavy training, just kind of keeping loose, and so feeling better. But I'm excited. It's my last recovery day. Sunday's a complete day off. I'll do some weightlifting, but then Monday I kick off the last 8-week stretch of heavy training before the Western States 100 on June 26th. So it's starting to creep up pretty fast, 2 full months of hard training. So pretty excited that the recovery week was here. Excited for the week, the training week that's going to be kicking off. Let's see, second thing that I'm excited about is that Sunday, I'm going to go rock climbing Sunday morning. Going to go rock climbing with my son at a place called Rocknasium. It's a local place in Davis. We've been going there for years. He does some after school stuff there, and we go there on the weekends sometimes. And it turns out it's the place where Alex Honnold, if you've ever seen that movie Free Solo, Alex Honnold actually is from the Sacramento area, and that's where he learned to climb when he was 5 years old. So a little bit of history there. It's a cool place. I'm so happy that it's open again after moving into a different phase with the pandemic. It's a lot of fun just to get out there. It's a good challenge, good cross training for me, and just good to hang out with my son and do some fun stuff. So excited about that. Third thing I'm excited about this week is we had more than 30 startup founders and CEOs join this week's live training. So I ran a live training on Thursday called Idea to Impact. We run this every couple of months. We run a live training, a free live training. So we ran one this month. We had more than 30 startup founders and CEOs where we laid out the entire series of sales systems, the 9 sales accelerators, and mapped out that 3 to 5 year journey that every startup has to go through, every B2B startup has to go through from idea to impact to get onto that on that journey to go from zero to impact for their startup. So if you missed it and you want to get a copy of the workbook and the recording, type the word replay down below, and I'll show you how you can get a copy of both. Okay, so those are 3 things I'm excited about. 2 people you should follow. Todd Caponi, number 1, transparency nerd, sales history nerd, and founder at Sales Melon. I've gotten to know Todd over the last couple of years, or the last year or so. First had him on the podcast. If you don't know Todd, he's also the author of this book, Transparency Sale. So we've had Todd come in and do a couple trainings for our startup selling coaching program. And this past week, he did a training on revenue forecasting and pipeline analysis, which doesn't sound like a sexy topic to you. But if you're a startup founder, if you're a sales leader or VP of sales, and you're trying to figure out how to dial in your pro forma, trying to dial in your sales forecast, it's a pretty hot topic. And Todd made it hot. It was epic. Great training. So if you don't know Todd, if you're not following Todd, make sure you do. He pumps out great content, and the man really knows sales. The second person is Jason Bay. So Jason is the founder at Blissful Prospecting. Jason's another person I've gotten to know the last couple of years. He first joined me on the podcast back in 2019. And since then, he's now been coaching our clients in our startup selling program. He coaches them every week on their outbound and prospecting. And I like to, when I watch the recordings of his coaching, or I watch him come in and do live trainings with our group, it is a joy to watch a man who's a master at his craft. He's really, really good. So if you are an SDR and sales rep doing outbound and prospecting, or you are leading a sales team and you need to ramp up and really dial in your outbound, he is the man. So I like to say that, if there's somebody out there that's better, I don't know who it is. He's the man. So check out Jason Bay. Finally, one sales tip. I'll leave you with one sales tip. So something that I've been doing more frequently, about a year ago, we went into the pandemic and everything was Zoom, and everything has to be like, let's try to recreate this, in-person environment. And don't know about you, but people are feeling pretty zoomed out. So my one sales tip is if you got a sales call that is 30 minutes or less, make it a phone call. I find personally that calls actually go better especially when they're shorter calls, when I don't have the visual input to deal with and try to process. If I'm just have the auditory piece and that's all I have to go on, I actually I find that I pay attention better. I feel like the conversations are more crisp. I feel like I'm a better listener. I don't know what it is about the phone that's different than the video stuff, but for me anyway, I'm just finding that the pace is faster and the calls go better. So I think give everybody a break. And frankly, maybe your prospects or your clients could use a break too. They could take the call while they're taking a break and going for a walk or walking their dog or making lunch or something. Whereas if they're in Zoom, they're sort of stuck in front of their computer and it's a lot harder. So not only are you going to make it easier for them, I think you have better conversation. So that's my one sales tip. So that's my 3-2-1 weekend. Again, if you missed the live training, you want to get a copy of the workbook and the recording, type the word replay down below. I'll show you how to get a copy of both. And that's it. So that's going to make this my last action of the week. I'm going to sign off, close the laptop, go watch an episode of Mythbusters, and have a glass of milk. All right, that's it. Have a great weekend, everyone. Scott Simbucci signing off.